When the bell tower was built in 1899, Oakland was bustling with activity, and the city's original graveyard and first public green space was undergoing a period of profound change. The roads were being paved, comfort stations erected, and the bell tower was built. In the nearly 125 years since, this amazing building has become the jewel in Oakland's crown. Supervising all of this work back then, alongside city leadership, was the sexton at the time, Henry H. Barfield, and we're thrilled to have his family with us here today. Together, these leaders laid the groundwork for the marvel that is present-day Oakland Cemetery. Oakland has continued to grow and change, and through it all, the bell tower has endured as a beloved hallmark of these hallowed grounds. This gorgeous Romanesque revival building was built to house a chapel, receiving vaults, and sexton's office, and throughout its long life has undergone many transformations, including becoming the home of Historic Oakland Foundation in the 1970s. Today, we mark the next phase of its life, one that is about access, creative and bold use, community, and celebration. This comes as we continue to experience growth in Oakland's visitation, our programming, and our possibilities to share history and to make history. Just as it was in 1899, these changes are made possible through the power of partnership. Partnership is core to Oakland's history and to the story of this project. The public-private partnership between the City of Atlanta and Historic Oakland Foundation is at the center of how we work, and we are so indebted to the support and leadership of Oakland's sexton of nearly 25 years, Mr. Sam Reed. Sam, where are you? Oh, way in the back. Sam, we're so grateful for all that you have done and continue to do to make Oakland such a treasure for this city. And we are beyond thrilled to give you the most distinct and unique office in the City of Atlanta inside the bell tower's vault. Mayor Dickens was even talking about moving from City Hall. The bell tower rehabilitation would not have happened without the incredible generosity and partnership of supporters who made this transformation possible, most notably the Imlay Foundation, whose historic gift to this project set us down this road of restoration. But more than that, they also gave their time and talent and passion and energy to ensure the very best results possible. We are indebted to your leadership. We also give thanks to the significant generosity of Dr. Jerry and Mrs. Vivian Gowett, and also the Bruce Barfield family, who are keeping alive the legacy of Sexton Barfield today. Everything we do, including this project, is truly a public-private partnership. We are exceedingly grateful to Invest Atlanta and the Eastside Tats Community Empowerment Fund, whose support for this project reflects a recognition that investing in the preservation of the past is vital for a healthy and vibrant city. We are surrounded by leaders at all levels who realize and appreciate the importance of investing in historic preservation and public spaces, and join us in our belief of the old adage, if you don't know where you've come from, you've no idea where you're going. Thank you to Council Member Bakhtiari, whose support remains so vital, to our friends and partners in Invest Atlanta, and especially Mayor Dickens, and our new Parks Commissioner, Justin Cutler, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. So many others have been working so tirelessly to make the rehab of the bell tower a possibility. The Historic Oakland Foundation Board, many of whom are here today, our Capital Campaign Committee, chaired by Valerie Jackson and Maybe Hollis, our visionary architects at Smith Dahlia, Greg Cross, Kenneth Cherney, and especially Michelle Bunch, our general contractors, J.M. Wilkerson, especially Mike Travis, Austin Pruitt, Matthew Clear, and Dan Sanders, our friends in the Parks Department, notably Doug Voss, Aaron Wiener, and Keith Hicks, the Kennesaw State students who curated the exhibit that hangs in the building today, and most importantly, Historic Oakland Foundation staff and volunteers who work tirelessly every day to transform this special, beautiful place. And while I'm the one that gets to stand on the stage this morning, the person who truly made this project a reality is our Senior Director of Capital Projects, Neil Nichols. Neil has lived and breathed every inch of this building and moment of this project. And when you go inside after the program and see how incredible it looks in there, know that it's because of Neil's tireless work and vision. Please join me in recognizing him today. As you all know, this is one part of Oakland's first ever capital campaign living history. For a place that is so steeped in it, it is exciting to know that today we are still making history at Oakland. As we go through this next period of profound transformation, you'll note that as of this moment, we have raised nearly $11.3 million towards our $12.5 million goal. We have a little ways to go. Thank you, Mary Ellen. We have a little ways to go, but with full funding, we know that next year we will break ground on a new visitor center outside our gates that will allow us to have the ability to share this historic place with all Atlantans. And I can't wait for you to see what Neil, our team, and all of the supporters of this amazing place will do with that next great project as we continue to expand how we support the communities of Oakland. We have a wonderful program for you this morning to mark this celebratory occasion, and we welcome you to join us for a reception in the building after our program today. But as usual, I've gone over my time limit. So as I thank you once again for joining us this morning, it is my deep pleasure to welcome to the stage our city's 61st Mayor, Andre Dickens.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Last time I was here, my weather department was working pretty good. This time, the weather department gave us a day off, I guess. It took a day off. Thank you for that introduction, Dr. Harker, and thank you, Liliana Bakhtiari, council member, for being here, and to all of you, Eloisa Clemente, the CEO of Invest Atlanta, and Ms. Imlay, and of course to Alvin Dotson, our Deputy Commissioner of Parks and Recreation, who you'll hear from in a second. Like I said, it's great to be back here in Oakland Cemetery. We were here earlier this year, just on the other side, and now we're here for this important day. Oakland is a valuable resource, historic resource in our city, but it's much more than a place for remembrances. Founding father and slave owner Ben Franklin said, "Show me your cemeteries and I will tell you what kind of people you have." Franklin believed that how much attention a community pays to its cemeteries is a reflection of the community itself. You may have heard me say something like Atlanta is a group project. And indeed, it is a group project today when we see how we have this public-private partnership that have come together to make this happen with Invest Atlanta, with Imlay, with, of course, Oakland Cemetery and the city of Atlanta. So much of our city's history is here, including our African-American history, which we talked about last time we were here. We know that we have to make our peace with our history in order to move the city forward. All of that can happen right here at Oakland. We've got so many important Atlanta stories connected in these spaces. And Oakland is such a big part of my vision of Atlanta as a city that is working to become the beloved community that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. envisioned for us all. When I consider how my administration is advancing early childhood learning and advocating for youth engagement, I can't help but think about how vital this Oakland Cemetery is for youth to be able to learn history. Places where children from all backgrounds can learn about the history of this city and the beauty of this city. This very beautiful new space will bring field trips here, I imagine, and opportunities for thousands of kids from all over the city to learn and have cool educational experiences. So those lucky students will be able to look up and look out at this bell tower, this newly rehabilitated bell tower, open air balconies that are up there that we're going to go up in just a little while. And they will be able to see pieces of Atlanta's history while overlooking Atlanta's skyline in the distance. So a bit of the past, a bit of the present, and glimpses of the future will all be seen right here at Oakland. And that is a good thing indeed for all of us as we continue to move Atlanta forward. So I thank you for being here this morning, and now I'll bring up our Deputy Commissioner of Parks and Recreation, Alvin Dotson.
Good morning. As the mayor said, I'm Alvin Dotson. I have the honor of serving as the Deputy Commissioner for the Department of Parks and Recreation, the heart and soul of the city of Atlanta. We are gathered here today. Well, I don't know about you, but normally when I hear those words, it's not good. There's a deep loss. We've lost a loved one, a family member, or a friend. And we basically say we're having a homegoing celebration or a celebration of life. But today, as we're gathered here today, we're having a celebration of living. This is a tangible manifestation of public-private partnerships. I'd like to thank the Imlay Foundation, our friends over at Oakland Foundation, the Invest Atlanta team, another 200 contributors to this magnificent project here. Also, I'd like to take time out because this was built in 1899. Could you imagine the things that this building has seen? Imagine if it could talk to you. Well, I guess in a cemetery you wouldn't want a building talking to you. That may be a little unnerving. But I also want to take a moment out and thank our mayor, because due to his leadership, the Department of Parks and Recreation will receive $147 million for green space and parks. And this is one of our most unique green spaces and parks in our inventory. And I'm here to let you know there's 71 projects. And one of those projects is Oakland Cemetery, which will get a little bit over $2.4 million for the African American section and the Potter's Field. So I think that deserves a round of applause right there. So in closing, be selective, be objective, and be an asset to the collective. Thank you.
Thank you both, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Alvin. It is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage someone who has visionary leadership. And as you would have heard if you were at the National Philanthropy Day celebration, where she was honored as Philanthropist of the Year, Mary Ellen Imlay's visionary leadership and generosity of spirit have shaped her decades-long work to give back to important Atlanta causes and institutions, and Oakland Cemetery and the Historic Oakland Foundation is honored to be among that list of partners, and we are proud to call Mary Ellen a friend of Oakland, and is with our deepest heartfelt gratitude that we welcome Mary Ellen to the stage this morning.
Good morning. This is so exciting. Do I need to bring this down? Probably. What? The Imlay Foundation made its first grant to Historic Oakland in 1995. Since that time, we've done many projects here. We restored the Bobby Jones site twice. And when David Moore came to our office and talked about this historic campaign, we were excited. We knew we wanted a special piece of it. So the bell tower was it. When we saw that, we thought, we want the Imlay Foundation to support this building. And then, of course, we were joined by the Gowitts and the Barfields and Pete McTeer. So they have helped to complete all the details that we were hoping for. About a year ago, we were all standing here together, cutting another ribbon to open this iconic building, which will be a special place for friends and family to celebrate together, to grieve together, and to party together. Richard just told me that on the Day of the Dead, 10,000 people came here to celebrate, many of whom had never been to Oakland before. So that is the new life and the excitement of this building. It's a place to educate and to meet Atlanta's past. I want to thank Richard Harker, of course, Neil Nichols, Sam Reed, my all-time favorite, and all of you for coming to see the completion of this building. Thank you so much.
Well, technically it was 1.5 million, but okay. Well, I do have to just share a quick story if I can. I had an opportunity to tour the Bell Tower with Richard and team, and we went to the bottom, which he's calling the vault, which I think is a very nice name. It's actually where they used to put bodies and waiting. And so I asked that question because I was like, didn't they put bodies there? And he said yes, and I was like, do you believe in ghosts or spirits? And he told me, don't worry, all of our spirits here are very nice. All right, so the section who has their office there, nice spirits. Let us know how that goes. So again, Dr. Aloisa Clementich, President and CEO of Invest Atlanta, and it really is exciting to be here today. We were able to contribute, thank you, Mayor, with $1.5 million from the East Side TAD, and we really couldn't have done it without the support of our board, the mayor, and the council member. We're all really excited to invest in properties like this, in projects like this, and why? Because they help preserve our history, and I was so glad that you mentioned the Day of the Dead and what does this mean, and Mayor, about how you recognize people of our past. It really talks about our society and who we are as a people. Not only is the reason why we invested, but this also represents an economic impact to our city. And we ran some of the numbers, and we believe that we'll have about a $7.8 million economic impact because of this bell tower. So not only is it the right thing to do, but it also will provide a great opportunity for people to come visit, spend their money, have great, wonderful events here as well. So we're excited about what this will mean. Invest Atlanta will continue to invest in projects around the city and specifically in Eastside, Tad, because we want to continue to support the growth and the excitement here in our city. And I just want to also congratulate the team. I think Jennifer's here, and I just want to say thank you. You can't do anything at Invest Atlanta without an amazing team, and I want to thank them and the entire Invest Atlanta staff. So with that, thank you very much, and we're excited to ring the bell and trying to encourage my daughter to get married now that I have a space, but we'll see if that happens.
My name is Liliana Bakhtiari. I'm the council member for District 5, which is the district you are in. I was told we only had a minute and 30 seconds to talk, and I feel that was pointed directly at me because when it was told to me, the mayor looked directly down at me and said, a minute and a half, which to me says I talk too much, so I'll try to be very quick. I'm very lucky to be the representative for this community. Oakland Cemetery, on top of being an incredible investment and a site that doesn't shy away from very complicated history and instead embraces that and moves forward and highlights the mistakes that they've made, I think that this entity is a leading example of what our city should be in many, many ways. And a city that doesn't always embrace its past or do a very good job preserving it, Oakland is a leading example of what that also should look like. You've heard about all the people that made this possible. Dr. K, you're incredible. It's wonderful to see all the partners that were involved in this. We're really lucky to have a mayor that is literally everywhere and gives us every opportunity to grow and change and never leads by ego. The other piece of this is that Oakland is such a staple in this community. It is a community space. It is a place to celebrate those who have passed. It's a place to celebrate the future. But also, because of Oakland and its investment in this corridor, we're going to finally see the turnaround of Memorial Greenway, the connection of the Heroes Trail, all the way to Auburn Avenue. This project and the people like Dr. Harker and the board and everyone else that is involved in making Oakland everything that it is, thanks to you all, we will finally, in these next few years, be able to really turn around this corridor. And that would not happen if it was not for Oakland and the tireless work that you all do. Like I said, I am honored. Anytime that you need help bumping something through licensing, you can email me. And I want to say that I will always be an ally and a supporter. And I am beyond lucky to be the representative for this district and to be able to represent such an incredible piece of our history. So, a minute and a half, I think we're good. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
I didn't know you can move so quickly. So it is now time that we get to cut the ribbon, and it felt appropriate that we should also ring the bell. So we invite everybody to come and join us at the building. And also, after we cut the ribbon, please join us inside to explore this special building and enjoy a reception with us.